council people. We have invited 7th Judicial District Court Judge Jeff McDaniel to be here with us today. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Raise your right hand. Please repeat after me. I, Connor Flaherty,
do
solemnly swear
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United
and the
States
Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge all the duties of council member
discharge all of the duties of council member
as now or hereafter required by law.
as here or now required after law.
Very good.
We're going to come over here and we'll get a picture.
Yeah. A little bit to your right. Thank you. Connor, keep it down just a hair. Not that one. They're coming. Thanks. All right, good. Congratulations.
Scott? There. Raise your right hand, please. I, Scott Nauman, do solemnly swear
I, Scott Nauman, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability,
discharge
all the duties of council member
all of the duties of council member
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
There you go. Thank you. All right, here we go, gentlemen. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. I'm doing well. You ready for this? Okay. I, Lisa Brown, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge all the duties of council member as now or hereafter required by law. Congratulations.
I'm going to tilt that down just a little bit. That way. So it doesn't.
Let's have the three of you just go a little bit. Good.
Just like that.
Lisa, good. Back. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Connor, Scott, we need you to sign. This is Connor. Here, Lisa, on this side. Connor, you good here?
Yes.
And then Jeff signs up.
Just pretty much.
So we are definitely recommend our use, yeah?
That's it?
Yes. Yes. Yep. Yes, she does. This is our so that's all.
I'm wondering where that came from. You get to keep this stuff.
That's what I'm doing. I'm also gonna go.
Sure, Bettendorf can.
He's gonna be there.
Grab the cord and pull it out. The other one. Thank you. I think that's, yeah, flat, Brian, put it up against the wall.
Right,
Yeah, there you go, I think that's it.
She likes to argue. It's good. I mean, if I were home and that argument took place, it's getting close. You gotta learn how to argue.
Yeah, perfect.
Hi, Jerry.
Bobby, do you want to invite people to?
No, right.
Almost like his he just needs to let this sit, just let this process.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Helping the old guy, huh? Good man. Yeah. This is who gets the free soda pop.
I love it.
So you gotta tell her what kind of soda pop you
Okay.
want.
We'll help. Put my Coors Light in a Diet Coke can, would you?
That's right. Dump out half the coke. Yeah, that's perfect. Little captain will call it a day.
See ya.
See ya. Thank you, Judge McDaniel. Appreciate you. Congratulations. All right. Are we on, Jay? Is that what I'm seeing? We're still going? We're going? All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the city of Bettendorf. Today is Monday, January 5th, 2026. It's about 5:08 p.m. after we did a swearing in of all three of our new council members. Welcome Connor Flaherty, second ward council member, Scott Nauman, fourth ward council member, and Lisa Brown, council member at large.
Here, here. Here, here.
Our first item here is the appointment of Mayor Pro Tem, which Scott has agreed to. You're way over there now. Oh, boy. It's going to take some getting used to. I'm the serving council member that we have at this point and was the Mayor Pro Tem for me for many years before you decided to move. So if you'll agree, we'd love to have you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Here, here.
All right, let's take a look at our items to appear tomorrow. This is will appear as item number 9. It's a first reading of an ordinance regarding our sewer lines. For that, we welcome our Public Works Director, Brian Schmidt, and City Attorney, Chris Curran. Decker, if you have something to add, pipe in. Gentlemen, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We've been working on the policy for some time, as you all know, and we have actually two component parts of this. The policy itself, which is a resolution, and an ordinance, companion ordinance, that cleans up some language regarding the responsibility of the property owner. We've had some discussions about whether or not the rental properties should be included in the consideration of the policy. And we also have some concerns regarding the language that we have in the policy that restricts it to owner-occupied who's lived in the house longer than a year. Councilmember Flaherty, and I won't speak for him, he can certainly speak for himself, has expressed some concern about that change and advocating for that change. Staff, at this point, we'd like to do a little more research on whether or not those two requests, what we can surmise what that cost might be, and we have not been able to lock our arms around that yet. We'd like at least one more meeting to do that. And so I would request, and the council can certainly have its own discussion, that we consider tabling the policy for one more meeting to have a discussion at committee of the whole so we can do that research. But we do believe that the ordinance, we can start the first reading of the ordinance because regardless of which option we choose, that language needs to be clean and clear as we move forward. And if Brian
Director
or
Schmidt, do you have anything to add? And then we can go to Attorney Kern.
Yeah, basically, I worked with Chris on this, and the ordinance states that the sanitary sewer lateral is the homeowner's or the property owner's responsibility. The language was just kind of unclear of the responsibility of who is responsible for the pavement or any right-of-way restoration. So this particular amendment to the existing ordinance just kind of clarifies that. But like Mr. Flynn said, regardless of which direction or option we go with our policy, this language does need to be clarified.
Chris?
I think it's been said already, but correct. I mean, the scope of the ordinance is, at this point, broader than how the policy is written. If the policy is expanded, it would still be a good idea, in my view, to clarify or make explicit the long-standing practice and policy of pavement restoration and surface restoration whenever there is a broken sewer lateral issue at hand. So really, this is just, the ordinance is just to simply clarify what's always kind of been the case. It's been the understanding, it's been the policy and practice, and this is just making that explicit. And then the policy presently, the scope is narrower than what the ordinance is, but I think if council wants to expand it, they can do so. But I think I'm in agreement that the ordinance should change, just to be clear on what we want to do and have done for many years.
Okay, so do we have any questions about what's been presented with regard to this ordinance and the policy? All right, seeing none, we have the policy listed as a resolution number 8, and it seems to me that staff has asked that that be tabled. Do we have a motion to table?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor of tabling the resolution signify by aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The second item is the ordinance, which is item number 9, and staff has asked that that remain for consideration tomorrow. If there's an issue with that, I'd like to hear it at this time. If not, we'll just take it up tomorrow. Okay, perfect. Let's move on to our consent agenda items. This is consent H. Community Development Director, Mark Hunt. Mark?
Your Honor, I can just present from here. It's not much to this. It is just an RFP to go out and formally get our master planning done for the Middle Road I-80 interchange area. In your mind's eye, think about TBK area and north especially. And what we want to do is do some master planning and then probably consider some zoning language change in what would be an overlay district that would help us have specific controls related to those uses that we want to see occur out there as the city grows. It's been budgeted, it's part of our strategic planning document. We are ready to hit go on the RFP if this body says yes.
Any questions for Mark? Okay. Hearing none, I'd like to, entertain a motion that this remain on tomorrow night's agenda as consent H.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We move to the remaining consent agenda items. Is there any item on consent for tomorrow night any council member would like to discuss at this time? Yes, Jerry.
Thank you, Your Honor. On item C, thank you very much to staff for the clarification on that. I appreciate that. With all the colors of money that we have for our CIP projects, this makes it clear. Thank you.
Go ahead, Nick.
Thank you, Your Honor. On consent item C as well, do we have, what budget year are these coming out of? Yeah, that's a good question. We started this process and Jason, our finance director, can attest to this, but we started this process in FY '26, depending on when these projects are finally installed and signed off. I don't know if that'll end up changing where we realize the money if it ends up, carrying over into FY '27. So Jason can probably verify that, but we started the process in FY '26, so I believe that's where you're going to see the money right now.
Right, these are currently budgeted in the current year CIP. If the work moves into July, we'll adjust.
Okay. Anything else on consent? Yes, Greg.
Thank you, Your Honor. Consent K, the bills. This cycle in the bills is a rather lengthy list of purchasing card disbursements from August all the way through apparently end of December. I was wondering, are we approving these for payment at this time, or have they already been paid, and are we simply being informed of the expenditures and that they've been paid?
Jason, go ahead. Yeah,
I'll take that one. The e-card purchases have taken place by the time that they come to council for approval. So this is really more informative, but it does check the box of council's formal approval of those expenditures.
If I were to object to any one item anywhere in the list, what would happen?
I suppose we'd have to go through some return remedies with the vendor, things of that nature.
Our dispute would be with the bank, not necessarily with the individual vendor or the individual purchase.
That's true.
So use of P-card really takes away any council review of the expenditure.
To some degree, yes.
We don't get to say no, and we don't get to say don't pay it. Okay, I want to make sure staff is on top of this avenue of expenditure. Since the council doesn't get to review it, it's important for staff to be watching over this.
Jason, you might want to explain the way that the approvals work. Maybe that would help.
The policy on what can be charged.
We do have a very, I think, strict policy around the types of purchases that are eligible to be purchased on a P-card. There's spending both daily and monthly limits placed on each card, depending on that individual's duties and their likely spend. So we have some controls in place that way. We also started using, within the last probably 18 months, a software solution called Travel Bank that ties in with our US Bank P-card and automates the approval process so that actually all P-card purchases are reviewed and approved at the very least by a department head. And then from there, even by my finance office and the admin office, if it's a department head P-card that needs to be approved. So there are those checks in place. I will say, I too am a little disappointed at the list of P-cards that came to you this time around. It goes back a long ways. And that just gets back to us refining the approval process internally to get that more timely.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet. Anything else on consent to be discussed at this time? All right, hearing none, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve tomorrow night's consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We'll take all those items up on our consent agenda tomorrow evening. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. We stand adjourned. Good work, people. John, it's 5:19 and all is well.
Who was that? Who was the adjourners?